This is a ruthless killer who committed murder in cold blood.
Because this time, the fugitive they're chasing
is black. What has this video got to do with what I'm about to talk about? Well, nothing really. I just thought I would shoot it because I had nothing better to do.
The next half hour.
She brings you.
But of course, folks, the real story today isn't US Marshals from 1998, and that's a very good film, by the way, a very worthy follow-up to The Fugitive. No, we're talking about another woman who could be a fugitive in the future if she learns to shut her cake hole. That is the Zeglet they call Rachel Zegler. What has she done now? Well, apparently she's defending Miss Tay Swift. Miss Taylor Swift obviously doesn't need anybody to defend her. The woman is supposedly independent. She's a billionaire, maybe once or twice over. And of course, Rachel Zegler probably wants a bit of that coinage to be besties with Taylor Swift. Well, when you think about it, Zegler is just a naff B movie star who's just masquerading as something bigger than she is. But what have we come to expect from Miss Insufferable Snow White to be? So Rachel Zegler defends Miss Taylor Swift against the Barstool host's sex tape joke. We're thick and tired. It's never been funny. What is she talking about, you're wondering? Well, I'm going to get to that, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to play the Trinity audio version for a few moments from Variety magazine. This is AI, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just see how AI translates this article right here.
Rachel Zegler defends Taylor Swift against Barstool host sex tape joke. We're sick and tired. It's never been funny. By Zach Sharf. West Side Story Golden Globe winner and upcoming Hunger Games prequel star Rachel Zegler.
Okay, I've had enough. Quite clearly, even female AIs can't be Scarlett Johansson from Her and put a bit of life and soul into the party. So you're going to have to make do with my male chocolate ass. And if you do like to see that, not on OnlyFans, because I just can't bring myself to do that, leave a like below, subscribe, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll find a substitute instead of my big brown chocolate ass to titillate my fans. West Side Story Golden Globe winner, is she? An upcoming Hunger Games prequel. I can't say start. I just can't. Zeglet recently took to Twitter to support Taylor Swift against a viral clip in which a Barstool podcast had joked about a bit of nookie wookie time between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs.
These two love. You know what? All right, I'll say this. If Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift release a sex video, I'll consummate this relationship and be like, fine, you guys can have sex. You can be boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't buy it until I see some dick in vagina.
Do you think?
I'm saying that right
Okay, well, I wasn't expecting to hear that. Well, I mean, dude, you could have just got to the point without getting to the point. The sex tape, we kind of get it, I know, but he's saying it for shock value. Rachel, man, you know, this is really fun about Rachel Zegler's Twitter, right? You can only reply to her if she follows you or if you get a mention. So she has locked down her replies so people can't roast the living daylight out of her. But you can retweet her tweet anyway, and that's what I did. Rachel says, you'll never see people talking this way about a man. They do all the time. That goes for a lot of different scenarios. We do not pick apart men's attitudes. Yes, you do, you insufferable bent. And relationships the way we do women's. This is the same Rachel Zegler, by the way, who joked about her co-star Andrew Burnap, I think that's his name, who might be removed from the Snow White film because it's Hollywood, baby.
Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
And it's not always just men who speak this way about us. Women can and do too. It sucks. So what she's saying is, women can bitch about other women, but it's apparently worse when men talk down about or to women. Right, I mean, listen, Rachel, honey, I know you're never going to watch my video or give a two hoots about who I am, but when I go to my local gym, I do hit my forehead in utter embarrassment at some of the women there because they walk around vying for male attention, hoping that some guy will look their way for a few moments. And you know what? I don't do that. I don't have time for that nonsense. Even a friend of mine over the weekend said to me, Jason, you've dated some beautiful women in the 90s. Why don't, and not in their 90s, because that would be a pretty sick joke. But if it was for £1 million, I might actually consider that. And I explained to him, I said, look, that was a time when it was great to date women. Oh, you know, the 90s into the early noughts, it was a fantastic time. Of course, as social media became a little bit more pervasive and, how can we say, invasive, I suppose, as well. It's just kind of put the whole dating game out of kilter for me. I don't believe in meeting on somebody on an app or on a website because you don't know where that person's been or if they're catfishing you. Do you know what I mean? So, you know what? I've had my fun of the lion's share. I don't need to go there and do it again. If something were to organically happen between me and a woman I've known for a while, sure, we can absolutely give it a go, but when people like Rachel Zegler, who locks up her replies so men can't go in there and roast the living shit out of her, then obviously she feels completely entitled. So just who is this Travis Kelce, you may ask, who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs? This is bro dude right here. I mean, he's got a flair about him, a certain je ne sais quoi, like a certain 70s and 80s actor I loved. Burt Reynolds, Mr. Cannonball Run himself, Mr. Smokey and the Bandit. So, yeah, we've got him right here. He looks like a pretty based guy. Kind of like the look of him there. And, yeah, the press do have it in for Miss Taylor Swift because I guess she looks fine on the outside, but I've got an all-important question to ask. Miss Taylor Swift, do you suffer from halitosis? If so, send me a DM and I can give you a few cures for that one. Not that I've ever had it myself. But of course, the press have loved a hate relationship with Miss Swift. It's more love than hate, but of course they do rib her, and I mean ribbing her is probably the right phrase here. I mean, this woman probably needs to eat a few spare ribs to put some weight back on that very skinny frame of hers. And there she is, bending over and letting one off to the crowd. And that's her ex, should I say Mrs. Harry Styles, since he's gone into cross-dressing and supporting LGBT nonsense. And, well, you know, if he dated Taylor Swift for so many years and the end result is he likes to wear ballerina dresses and bends over and takes one up the old jacksie for good old England, what more can I say? It's the Taylor Swift effect. But of course, the Taylor Swift effect is nothing like the Lynx effect, where you can take that awesome bottle of deodorant, spray it on yourself, and have hundreds of busty women chasing after you. Because, yes, that did happen once upon a time ago, folks, but not any longer. So is Rachel Zegler right? Should men not have the right to put down women or talk ill of them about an illicit tape? Remember when Kim Kardashian slept with Ray Ray and everybody was slagging her off? That's probably the right word to use because she's an absolute hoity-boity war. Well, I guess the jury's out, isn't it? So, yeah, I like to talk about women here on my channel. I talk about beautiful, busty, attractive women. You know why? Because I admire the hell out of them. In fact, if you come to my channel and subscribe, folks, I mean, I'll just give you a better class of ladies on my show. to save you the trouble of going to ph.com, because honestly, folks, I'm an old-fashioned guy. You don't need to look at women in their absolute glory to think that's the best way to admire them. There are other ways, and trust me, the other ways are the best ways, because women will actually find men very attractive who look at them in a certain way, in a romantic way, because I guess, folks, romance is dead, but people like Rachel Zegler and maybe Taylor Swift to a lesser degree are absolutely killing it for the single men out there. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video today, make sure you give it a like, make sure you swiftly slap that subscribe button, and best of all, if you were me looking at you with my Optimus Prime eye, you better come back for the next video.